When the credits fade and the spotlights cool, the glamorous world of Mexican television reveals a different reality, one filled with quiet battles, hidden relationships, painful losses, and courageous acts that changed lives. Today we revisit 10 actors who faced a conservative industry, defied silence, and chose authenticity. This is their story, before and after the fame. 1. Eduardo España. In 1971, Guadalajara welcomed a boy whose sense of humor would one day become a national treasure. Eduardo Lado España grew into a comedic icon with unforgettable roles like Germán Martínez in Vecinos and the irreverent Doña Margarita Francisca. While audiences laughed, few knew that behind the stage lights lived another story, one marked by deep love and devastating loss. For 6.5 years, Eduardo shared his life with Renfer Aguilar. Their relationship was private but strong, protected from a country not yet ready to accept it. Then, in 2012, Renfer passed away suddenly. The man who made millions laugh had no script to survive this ending. Grief swallowed his days. Silence replaced applause, and the cameras still demanded his best. Then, one day he spoke. With a trembling voice, Eduardo declared, "Life is too short to live hiding." He came out publicly, not for fame, not for attention, but because breathing became impossible without honesty. Some criticized, many applauded, and thousands found the courage to accept themselves because he had led the way. Today, Eduardo has rebuilt his life and opened his heart again, proving that love returns even after loss. His greatest role has never been on screen, but in choosing to live truthfully. 2. Mauricio Martinez. Born in Monterrey, Mauricio Martinez grew up knowing his voice would take him far. From Mexico's theater stages to the glowing marquees of Broadway, he became one of the most respected musical actors of his generation. But behind the applause was a journey filled with personal battles. For years, the media celebrated his relationship with Lisette, a singer who seemed destined to be the leading woman in his life, but in 2014, Mauricio rewrote his story. He came out publicly and revealed he had married publicist Emilio Solis, choosing authenticity over expectation. The announcement split opinions, but it also inspired a generation. Mauricio had become not just a performer, but a symbol of visibility in a country still fighting old prejudices. Then, in 2022, he stood before the world again, this time accusing prominent producer Antonio Berumen of abuse. His testimony opened the door for many others to speak, revealing the darker side of an industry often wrapped in glamour. Mauricio continues performing today, but his legacy goes beyond the stage. He became proof that bravery can echo louder than applause. Felipe Nájera. Felipe Nájera trained in Mexico's National Theater School and built a respected career. But his most powerful performance happened off-stage. In 2010, he married producer Jaime Morales in Mexico City, one of the country's earliest legal same-sex marriages. Then came the hardest chapter. Felipe and Jaime wanted to start a family, but adoption for same-sex couples was a legal labyrinth filled with obstacles and bias. For 7 long years, they fought through paperwork, hearings, and societal resistance. Finally, in 2020, Felipe and Jaime became the first legally married male couple in Mexico to adopt a child. Their victory wasn't just personal, it became a historic step for LGBTQ+ families across the nation. Felipe didn't set out to become a symbol of equality, but his family turned him into one. 5. Eliazar Gomez. Born in Mexico City in 1986, Eliazar Gomez entered the world of entertainment at a young age, his expressive eyes and charm making him a natural on screen. His breakthrough came with Rebel Day, where he quickly became a teenage heartthrob, adored by millions and idealized as a romantic lead. Fans memorized his lines, magazines celebrated his style, and social media thrived on his every move. But behind the fame, Eliazar lived a private and complicated life. In 2020, a dark chapter emerged. Following an argument with partner Stephanie Valenzuela, he was arrested for domestic violence. The scandal rocked the nation, igniting debates about gender violence in Mexico and exposing how fame can mask dangerous behavior. Overnight, the adored star became a symbol of caution and reflection, a reminder that public images often hide private struggle. This incident reshaped not only his career, but also sparked broader societal conversations about accountability and the responsibility of public figures. 6. Mauricio Mejia. Mauricio Mejia, born in the 1980s, had the charisma and appearance of a leading man. From romantic telenovela roles to guest appearances on primetime shows, he seemed untouchable. But behind the camera, Mauricio struggled with a truth he had kept hidden, fearing the backlash from a conservative audience. That secrecy ended abruptly when a magazine outed him without consent. Rather than retreating, Mauricio faced the world head-on. He publicly confirmed his sexual orientation, reclaiming the narrative that had been stolen from him. His courage transformed him from a private figure into a public example of authenticity. Against the odds, his career survived and even strengthened, showing the industry that talent and integrity matter far more than hidden personal details. 7. Cristian Chávez. Born in Texas in 1983, Cristian Chávez carried Mexican heritage and the dreams of stardom in his heart. His role in Rebel Day and his time with RBD made him an international sensation, adored by fans across Latin America and beyond. Yet, behind the lights, Cristian's personal life told a different story. In 2005, he secretly married William Murphy in Canada, keeping the union private to avoid industry judgment. 2 years later, photos leaked, forcing Cristian to come out publicly at just 20. The revelation triggered praise, criticism, intense media scrutiny, and personal turmoil, including depression and a near-suicide attempt. Despite these hardships, he rebuilt his life and career, reflecting his experiences in roles like La Casa de las Flores, where art and life intertwine. Today, Cristian is celebrated not only as an artist, but as a symbol of resilience and the strength of living authentically. Alejandro Tomasi, born in Mexico City in 1957, earned respect for decades of work in theater, television, and film. Known for his versatility and gravitas, he captivated audiences with every role. Yet, Tomasi had a life off-stage, a long-term love with Oscar Ruiz kept private for years, away from public scrutiny. In 2011, their relationship became public, sparking attention and curiosity. They separated in 2015 amidst controversy, but love proved resilient. In 2017, the couple reunited and married in Las Vegas, demonstrating that relationships can endure challenges. Alejandro's story is not only about love, but also about personal courage, living openly in a society that often pressures conformity. He became an inspiration for younger actors and LGBTQ individuals, proving that life and love are not defined by fear. In 2022, Alejandro made headlines again, publicly identifying as pansexual. His journey highlighted that identity is fluid, evolving, and deeply personal, an important lesson in courage and self-acceptance at any age. 9. David Zepeda. Born in Sonora in 1973, David Zepeda was initially on a path to a legal career, but life steered him toward the world of modeling and eventually acting. His striking looks, commanding presence, and natural charisma quickly caught the attention of producers, leading him to prominent telenovela roles that would define an era. With every character he played, David brought emotional depth and authenticity, captivating audiences across Mexico and beyond. Despite his fame, he carefully guarded his personal life, choosing to maintain privacy in a world eager for headlines. Rumors swirled, but David let his craft speak louder than speculation. His approach showed that a public career need not come at the expense of personal boundaries. Beyond the cameras, he is known among colleagues as dedicated, humble, and intensely professional. His story reflects a deliberate choice to let talent and artistry define his legacy, rather than gossip or fleeting fame. 10. Sebastian Ligarde. Sebastian Ligarde, born in 1954, became a household name through unforgettable villainous roles, where his intensity, sharp wit, and charisma captivated viewers and made him a staple of Mexican television. For decades, He commanded the screen with an almost magnetic presence, earning both admiration and respect from audiences and colleagues alike. But in 2012, at the age of 58, Sebastian made a deeply personal revelation. He publicly came out, inspired in part by the courage of Ricky Martin. His announcement resonated widely, sending a powerful message that it is never too late to embrace one's true self. In doing so, he challenged long-standing norms in an industry often dominated by rigid expectations and judgment. Following his coming out, Ligarde embraced a new role beyond acting. He became a mentor for younger actors, sharing not only the techniques of performance, but also the importance of authenticity, courage, and self-acceptance. His story is a testament to resilience, showing that fame and personal truth can coexist, and that living openly can inspire generations to follow their own path without fear. These 10 actors lived more than careers. They lived transformations. Their stories remind us that behind awards, photo shoots, and characters are real people fighting for the right to exist without apology. Some rose through pain, some through loss, others through long battles, but each left a mark. Because when someone in the public eye chooses truth over fear, they don't just save themselves, they light the way for many others still waiting in the wings.